Good evening, everyone. I'm so glad that you were able to join us tonight. We are really, really excited. We are so honored and privileged to have a special guest with us tonight. And her name is Candi Krezelak, and we are just thrilled to have her here. I'm going to share just a little bit of her background to you. So, she has been a consultant with LifeVantage for about 4.5 years. Previously, she worked 18 years as a registered nurse, and that was a kind of a stressful part of her life because she works 70 to 80 hours a week. She has 4 children, which she feels like she really missed out a lot with them when she was working that many hours. And she was running herself into the ground. She was really exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And her health was also failing. And then someone introduced her to LifeVantage, and she saw a vision of how she could have just a much better life. And so 11 months after joining LifeVantage, she left her job. The products helped her. She was on 17 prescriptions, and she's so thankful and grateful just to have these health products and also just to be able to be living her purpose, helping people in a bigger way. Along with LifeVantage, she also does a lot of volunteer work with disaster health services with the American Red Cross and some other things. So we're really excited to hear from Candi tonight, to hear a little bit more about her story and all that she's going to share with us. So Candi, I'm just going to turn the time over to you, my friend, and thank you so much for just taking time out of your busy schedule to join us tonight and share with us. We appreciate you so much.
You are welcome. And thank you. It's such an honor to be able to be on this call and to be able to add value to other people. So I appreciate you guys. Happy Monday. It was a great weekend. Did you guys have a great weekend? It's been a great day today. So Julie talked a little bit about my story, and I just want to tell you guys, just remember, I'm just sharing some information for anybody that's new on this call. I just want you to know that we share information, we educate people, we give them options, and then they decide what is for them, right? It's not about us. We're here for all of you. And you guys, I wasn't necessarily looking for something to come into my life 4.5 years ago because I was surviving. Have any of you ever felt like that, where you're just like living in that hamster wheel and you're just waking up every day and doing the same thing on repeat? You're exhausted, but those blinders are on and you can't see anything else. Like I was in that hamster wheel for a long time, you guys. I missed out on a lot of time with my kids. And I think what really opened my eyes was when I started getting health conditions at a young age. And I thought, you know what? Like I'm missing out on life. Like this isn't my purpose. I was kind of ran through the gamut of Western medicine treatment. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that, but I believe that things happen for you and not to you. And the reason I was diagnosed with health conditions at a young age is because I needed the empathy for patients. Like I needed to be put on the other side so that I could understand what patients actually go through in the medical system. You guys, there's a time and a place for Western medicine. Western medicine is amazing in some aspects, but what I found was it's very reactive, right? We're treating people like body parts. We're not treating them as whole people, mind, body, and spirit. It's very reactive. We're putting band-aids on things. And when I was put on that side and just kind of ran through that gamut of treatment and ended up at 35 years old on 17 prescription medications a day, you guys, I didn't even want to get out of bed in the morning, and I still had to show up for work 80 hours a week as a nurse and be a mom of 4 kids. I was exhausted. Do you guys know people like that are that exhausted? But what I would tell you, and this is so important, if my friend would have came to me and said, I have a product that's going to help you with your disease, your autoimmune disease, I would not be here today. Because you know how many people came to me and told me that they had the next thing that was going to help me. They had the next snake oil that was going to cure my disease, that was going to give me energy and help me get through my day. Like she just called me and she said, I want your support. And I showed up that day and I listened to what they had to say. You guys, this has changed my life. But the reason I signed up for LifeVantage, we're talking about LifeVantage, is because I wanted time back in my life with my family so desperately. I couldn't get the time back that I already lost with my 4 kids. But guess what? Moving forward, maybe I could create another stream of income that could help me get time back in my life. Did I do my research on the products and make sure this was an amazing company before I made my decision? Absolutely. I would never stand behind something that was going to hurt somebody. I'm going to stand behind something that is amazing. So you guys, I jumped in 4.5 years ago, and like Julie said, I walked away from my job as a registered nurse 11 months later. I haven't had a job in over 3 years. And because I didn't have any expectations for these products to work, I can happily tell you that the only thing I did differently in my life was take these products. And my Crohn's disease has been in 100% remission for over 4 years, going from taking 17 prescription medications to taking nothing. And I feel better now than I've felt in the last 20 years. So you guys, people just meet people where they're at and what information they want to hear. So this company, I want to share the backstory of this company because it's fascinating. It's actually the most favorite part of all of this information for me because the company was started by a doctor who had been studying what's called free radicals. Have any of you guys heard of free radicals before? I think a lot of people are familiar with it, but they're like, I don't really know what it is. Free radicals are all of the toxins in our environment. The air that we breathe, the food that we eat, the water that we drink, Wi-Fi, 5G, pesticides. Free radicals cause what's called oxidative stress in our bodies. Another word for oxidative stress is inflammation. You guys, that's how our body ages, is by oxidative stress and inflammation. But it's also the direct link and root cause of over 200 disease processes. So this is my mind as a nurse. Like, I didn't know a lot about this because I don't know if you guys know this, but if you go through nursing school or medical school, they don't do a lot of proactive preventative type medicine. It's a lot of reactive medicine. So you're just not educated on that unless you decide to do that education on your own, right? But I thought, okay, so if if our aging process and over 200 disease processes are related to oxidative stress and inflammation, what are we doing about it? Like, what is society doing about it? What is the medical community doing about it? Well, to be honest with you, we weren't really doing anything. So when Dr. Joe McCord started studying free radicals in the 90s and was named the father of free radicals in 1997, do you guys remember in the early 2000s there was a huge craze for antioxidants? It was everywhere. It was on all the billboards, all the commercials on TV, all the radio commercials. They were like, eat more antioxidants. That's because through Dr. Joe McCord's research, they found that the only thing that can combat a free radical is an antioxidant. But what they didn't realize, you guys, is that there's no way to consume enough antioxidants in your diet to combat the amount of oxidative stress that we have in our bodies. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. We're exposed to over 6 trillion free radicals on a daily basis from environmental exposures. There's no way, you guys. I mean, I guess you could try to eat a truckload of blueberries, but I don't think you'd feel very good. So because of that, that's why this doctor created Protandim, which is our flagship product. So Protandim is a combination of ashwagandha, bacopa, milk thistle, turmeric, and green tea. And it's a proprietary blend. It's the way those ingredients are synergized together is the way it works within your body. It's not a supplement, you guys. This is an activation company. This is category creating activation. This is the wave of the future of medicine, and everybody will know about activation in the next 5 to 10 years, right? So this was fascinating to me because I didn't understand it. But what does Protandim actually do? It's not like you go to the health food store and you buy milk thistle or ashwagandha and you're taking it as a supplement. What Protandim does is it activates what's called the NRF2 pathway in your body, allowing your body to create its own antioxidants at 1,000,000 per second. That's how it reduces the oxidative stress or inflammation in your body by 40% in 30 days in 100% of mammals. Were any of you like me when I heard that? I was like, there's no way possible. That's never been done in the history of medicine. Like, if we truly had something that could reduce your oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days guaranteed, like, that's going to revolutionize the way we do healthcare, and every living, breathing mammal needs to know about this product. Don't you guys agree? Like, if everything's related to oxidative stress, So I didn't really believe it because I was like, why don't I know about this? I've been a nurse for 18 years. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. But then, you guys, I saw the ABC primetime. Has anybody on here seen the ABC primetime? It's amazing. I sat there and watched that ABC primetime and I was like, you guys, so what happened was ABC News came in to try to debunk or defraud our company for making false claims because nobody has ever had anything that could reduce your oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days in 100% of mammals. So ABC News came in 2005. And what happened was is they asked the reporter, John, if he wanted to be on a 30-day trial. Do you want to try Protandim for 30 days to see if it works for you? You guys, he agreed to it. So what they did was they took him across the street to an independent lab and they drew his blood. It's called a T-bars test. Now, a T-bars test is a test that any of us can get done, but it's an expensive lab test. It's typically not covered by insurance, but it measures the amount of oxidative stress you have in your body. So they drew his blood, they gave him Protandim, and they said, take this pill once a day for 30 days and come back. We're going to retest your blood. You guys, he came back less than 2 weeks later. I'm sitting here watching this and I'm like, that's not even fair. We said 30 days, and you guys, it's not like we asked for 6 months. We asked for 30 days. But they drew his blood anyway. You guys, his oxidative stress was reduced by 45% in less than 2 weeks. They turned the computer screen around and it showed that his levels went down to the levels of a newborn child. My mind was blown. I was like, oh my gosh, like I've never ever seen, coming from the medical side, I had never seen anything like this before. And no, a lot of people hadn't, right? That show aired on national TV, and guess what happened? There's thousands of families watching that show that night. We went from selling 3 million a year on the shelves of GNC, Rite Aid, and Walgreens in retail to having 5 million in orders in a 24-hour period. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, what is this? Like, is this the fountain of youth? Holy cow, like I want to be on that product. So it was a good problem to have, you guys, but that was still a problem because we have this little tiny lab in Colorado, and now all of a sudden we have 5 million in orders in a 24-hour period. The supply couldn't keep up with the demand of how many people wanted to be on that product, and it really kind of this company struggled, right, for a few years. But they actually hired a business consultant to come in and look at what we had. We had a board of scientists, researchers, and physicians that really had no business sense at all. So they hired a business consultant. That business consultant worked with the company and he said, you guys have a product that's going to revolutionize the way we do healthcare. You guys, this is the Apple of healthcare. What you have your hands on, this product is patented, proven, and protected. It's proven by a lab test. It's got the research and science to back it. We don't have to be doctors. We don't have to be researchers. The fastest way to get a product to market is by word of mouth. You guys, this product was so powerful that it needed a voice to be able to share the story of what it did. So that's when we launched in 2009 as a publicly traded network marketing company called LifeVantage. Like, I am so excited to be a part of this. Like, I am more excited today than I was 4.5 years ago because I know where this company is going. I can see the vision. I can see how many families we're impacting. I can see, you guys, this can help people in all aspects of their life. This can help you heal in all aspects, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. This is a personal growth and development company with a compensation plan attached because the person that you will become, you won't even recognize. You have to become a better person so that you can help more people, right? So when I took a look at this, and I don't know if any of you are thinking the same thing, but when I got to this part, when Summer Smolik was the one that shared this with me. And when she got to this part in the presentation, sharing the information, I was like, nope, not for me. Like, I am not going to be a part of a network marketing or a direct selling company. Had no education on the industry, you guys, but I'm a registered nurse, which I felt like was a respectable career. And I didn't want the people that I knew, it wasn't that it wasn't respectable, but I didn't want to go sell products to friends and family. I didn't want to set up a booth at a trade show. I didn't want to have parties at my house and sell products. Like, I didn't want to do, and plus I didn't have time, you guys. I was working 80 hours a week and I had 4 kids. I didn't have time to do that. But I was not educated on this industry. Did you guys know that network marketing is the second highest paid profession in the entire world behind professional athletes, and it's anticipated to be the #1 paid industry in the next 2 to 5 years? Like, I had no idea. Did you guys know that 82% of women that make over $100,000 a year do it in this industry? Like, what? Like, the only people I knew that ever did this was, like, I had a couple friends that did Tupperware or Mary Kay, and they made maybe $50 to $100 a month. Like, how could you create income that could by helping other people, right? Just by sharing information, that didn't make sense to me. So I really had to do my due diligence, and I encourage all of you to look into it too and do your due diligence. Look into the company. Everything's out there because we're publicly traded. That's what I loved about it, right? We can't be off by one number on our income disclosure. Like, I love that we can see that we're a $220 million debt-free company. You guys, that's a baby in this industry. If you look at companies like doTERRA and Avon and Mary Kay and Amway, and those are multi-billion-dollar companies. The markets are oversaturated. Everybody already knows about those companies. The timing is gone. Did you guys know that there's a timing curve for this industry if you're truly getting involved because you want to have an opportunity for your family? Did you guys know that 96% of Americans can't retire at the age of 65 right now, statistically? People are on their hands and knees, wishing, hoping, praying that something would come into their life, health wise, financially wise, or time wise. What if we could share some information and give them a gift and let them decide how this fits into their life? When I looked at the timing of this company, you guys, there's less than 100,000 consultants in the entire world, and we're in 24 countries. There's less than 50,000 in the United States. I thought, oh my gosh, like 0.04% of people know about this company, but everybody will know about this company. And I want to be a part of that movement. I want to be a part of impacting those families and sharing this information. And I know we already are. My team is amazing. We have impacted thousands of people, thousands of phone calls and texts, you guys, every single day saying, thank you so much for sharing this with me. You have changed my life. I don't know what I would have done if you wouldn't have shared this information with me. I couldn't even get out of bed, right? So when you look at the timing of network marketing, you guys, it takes about 120 to 150,000 consultants per country to start going up that timing, that the S curve of business, right? When you get into the middle section of that, it's called the critical mass, and that's where all of the growth and the wealth of the company happens. And then when you get to the top of the S, that's called stabilization or too late, right? Those are companies that are already multi-billion-dollar companies. You guys, we're at the ground floor of a company that's going to change the world, category creating activation. Our bodies have everything that we need. We're born with everything that we need to heal our own bodies. But what happens is there's so many toxins in our environment that we're exposed to every single day that it slows down those pathways and our body's ability to do that. So what these products are doing is they're coming back in and they're flipping those light switches back on in our bodies and allowing our bodies to heal themselves. It's so fascinating, right? But I wanted to be, I mean, I truly can tell you guys that I feel like every single person in the next 5 years will have a bottle of Protandim sitting next to their Tylenol or whatever in their medicine cabinet. And I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a part of changing people's lives. I finally felt like I got my purpose back. I finally felt like I was helping people because my hands were tied as a nurse, right? Because it's so reactive. You're following the doctor's orders and it's so reactive and you're treating the symptoms and you're seeing people in a lot of cases get sicker, not get better. But my check marks to look at this company and to make sure were one, I saw that they were publicly traded. The next thing I saw is, do you guys know who Erin Brockovich is? Like, she's amazing. She's like one of my heroes. The work that she did and the impact that she had on thousands of families. You guys, did you know that Erin Brockovich represents this company? She's actually been on our board of directors for over 8 years. She takes all of these products. Like, she would never represent a company that wasn't a good, legit, clean, ethical company, which I thought was amazing. And the third check mark for me was these products. The products were like, okay, like I wanted to make sure the research and the science was there on the products and that this wasn't just some another supplementation company. You guys, There's really good companies out there that are supplementation companies, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of competition out there. This is an activating company. So when I started looking at the product line and what we had that was different, one of the first things I saw is most of our products are 30-day consumables, which means you take a pill, you drink a drink, you feel better, you continue to reorder month after month after month, which creates a leveraged income. Most people that start taking these products don't ever want to stop taking them. Well, what does that mean? That means the conversations that I had one time 4.5 years ago, I continue to get paid on month after month after month after month. Like, that's a true leveraged income. But when I was looking at the products, what I saw was we have 30 products. We have 3 activating products that focus on the 3 theories of how our body ages. And I heard through the grapevine that they're adding 2 more activators in the next couple years, which is really, really, really exciting. We also have omegas, we have prebiotics, we have probiotics, we have a smart energy line, we have heart health, we have gut health, we have immune health, we have eye health, we have pet products that reduce the oxidative stress in our pets by 40% in 30 days. You guys, what I love about the pet line, and I don't know if anybody else has tried it, but what I love most is that pets don't have a placebo effect. And I have heard story after story after story of a dog, an older dog that has arthritis. He's having a hard time getting up and down the stairs or moving around. You give him a product that's going to reduce his oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, which again is inflammation. And now he's running around like a puppy again. That's pretty incredible, isn't it? So I love that line. We also have micronutrients, so like a multivitamin line that we added. And we have a brand new skincare system that's like, okay, so who has a skincare system that is all natural, that is rated either a 0 or a 1 on the Think Dirty app, and that you see results in 15 minutes? Like, nobody. I've never seen anything like this before. An activated skincare line that you see results in 15 minutes, and it's actually good for us. We're not putting chemicals all over our skin. That was amazing to me. But one of the most recent products that we launched within the last couple of years has literally changed my life, and I know it's changed a lot of other people's lives, and that's liquid collagen. And are you guys familiar with collagen? Because I'm kind of embarrassed to say, being a nurse for 18 years, that I really wasn't familiar with how important collagen actually was. I always thought collagen was a vanity product. I always thought that everybody took collagen because they wanted to look good, right? Skin, hair, and nails. I actually had no idea that collagen was the single most important protein that makes up every cell in our body. 90% of your eyes is collagen. 80% of your gut health is collagen. I mean, your joints, your ligaments, your bones, your heart health, your gut health, your brain health, your whole body needs collagen. And did you guys know that our bodies almost completely stop producing our own collagen at about the age of 30? It drastically slows down. So after the age of 30, everybody should be on a collagen. But research shows that powdered collagen, the collagen molecule, is actually too big for the human body to digest and break down. And that's why you hear people call collagen expensive urine, because you're only absorbing, if you're taking a powdered collagen, you're only absorbing anywhere from 3 to 30% of it. And have you guys ever seen another collagen where they're actually telling you should take before and after pictures? Because I hadn't. Wouldn't you think if the collagen's actually working, you would encourage people to take before and after pictures because their skin, hair, and nails is going to look great too? I mean, collagen is more for internal healing, but I tell people, if you look that good on the inside or on the outside, think of the healing that happened on the inside to get the outside of you to look that good. And that's what's important to me about the collagen product that we have. It's a liquid collagen. It has about a 95% absorption rate. And I've seen significant results with people, especially with like any type of arthritis, joint pain, back pain, anything like that. People respond really, really quickly, and they will never stop taking it. So I love our product line. You guys, the research that we have. So if you look at like pubmed.gov. If you guys are familiar with pubmed.gov, it was a site I had to use as a registered nurse. I had never seen another all natural product on pubmed.gov in the 18 years of being a nurse. You'll see ingredients on there every once in a while, but not actual products. Did you guys know that Protandim NRF2, which is our flagship product, has over 28 peer-reviewed studies on PubMed.gov? Like, that was mind-blowing to me. I was like, 20 on an all-natural product. All natural products just don't get the attention that they deserve. Do you guys know that the National Institutes of Aging did a 10-year, $10 million study on Protandim that said that it's the only product known in the world that could extend your life? Or Washington State University did a study in 2019 that said Protandim's probably the most significant find in medical history. Like, do you guys want to be a part of this company? Because I do. I want to be a part of changing the world. Like, and the research is overwhelming. So if you guys are looking for more research, there's tons of research out there on all of these products. There's a clinical study that's already been done on the Protandim and the collagen, and it sounds like they're right now in the middle of doing a clinical study on the Tri-Synergizer and the collagen, which is going to be amazing. Like, I can't wait for the results of that to come out. So the products, you guys, speak for themselves. The results speak for themselves. But for me, this was more about like, I didn't understand what network marketing was and what the business side of this was. I have worked my guts out my entire life for everything that I've had. Do any of you guys relate to that? I mean, I've had a job since I was 14, sometimes worked 2 to 3 jobs just trying to keep up with everything, especially with the economy right now. I had no idea the difference between a linear and a leveraged income. A linear income is what most of us do. We trade our time for money, but if we don't go to work, we don't get paid, right? We work 30, 40, 50, 60 years of our life trading our time for money in hopes to retire when 95% of us can't retire. And I thought, well, I feel like, and maybe you don't agree, but I feel like we're born into this broken system of go to school, get an education, pay off your student loans, and then in hopes to retire when 95% of us can't. You guys, I didn't think that I could even make a leveraged income. I thought you had to be like a singer-songwriter. I'm like, I don't sing. How am I going to create a leveraged income? Like, you write a song one time, and then every time somebody downloads it on iTunes, you get paid for it. You get royalties. Well, that's what we do here. You guys, this is a 2 to 5 year plan to create on average about $10,000 a month leveraged income. But it's not instant gratification, and you have to stay consistent. That 2 to 5 year plan is staying consistent 5 to 10 hours a week for 2 to 5 years. But so many people are programmed for instant gratification that they can't stay consistent for that long. But you guys, 2 to 5 years is going to go by anyway. And every single person on this call has 5 to 10 hours that they can dedicate to helping and serving other people, because you will have to give a little bit more than you're willing, or, give people more than you receive for a short period of time, and then your family will be taken care of. But it definitely takes time. So for me, it was like, did you guys realize that this is a legacy income? Like, whatever you create here, if something happens to me, then my kids walk into this income, my grandkids, my great-grandkids for 6 generations. And that was so important to me because I didn't know of another way to leave a legacy. I don't know if you guys are in the same boat as us, but having 4 kids, there's usually more money going out than there is coming in. And so we needed to learn how to create another stream of income. And we read an article actually in Forbes magazine like 6 months ago that said every family in America is going to need at least 6 streams of income in the next 2 to 5 years just to survive. Just groceries have gone up 25%, 25 to 30%. It's almost impossible. There's single moms out there that are working 3 jobs trying to put food on the table for their kids, and it's awful. So how do you get involved in LifeVantage? There's actually several different opportunities to get involved in LifeVantage, which I love. But the first way, you can become a customer and say, hey, I want to try these products. I want to see if they do what they say they're going to do. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. You can become a retail customer, which means it's a one-time order. I don't ever have anybody come in as a retail customer because guess what? It's the most you're going to pay for products. That's usually how it goes. Or you can become a subscription customer, which is a 10% discount from the retail customer, which is a great option. You guys, we really LifeVantage really takes care of its customers. I love that part. You get put into what's called a rewards program. You start earning money back on your products, which is great, and they really take care of you. Every once in a while, you get a free product, and I love the subscription program. Or you can become a consultant and you can lock arms with us. We all work together, you guys. You cannot do this alone. It takes every single one of us. Every single one of you on this call has different gifts. But if we all lock arms together and move forward in the same direction, think of the impact that we can have working together. We can't do it alone. It takes everybody. And all we're doing is sharing information, educating people, giving them options, and letting them make their own decision because it's not our decision to make. We have to meet people where they're at. And you know what? People care more about how much you care than how much you know. So just showing up for people in a better way. So the different consultant packs, there's several different pack options depending on what you're looking for. Anywhere from 250 up to 999. If you're really serious about building a business, I would jump in at the 999. That's what I did. Because you know what? If you're serious about a business, $999 isn't a lot to start a business, and you're going to get to try every product that the company has. You're going to be able to become a product of the products. If you guys look at what it cost in the United States, actually, it's probably more right now, but it used to cost anywhere from $80,000 to $90,000 to open your own conventional business. Is anybody on here a conventional business owner? Like, you have a huge overhead, you have to pay for employees, you have to pay for work comp, you have all of these other stresses. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot that goes into being a conventional business owner. So what if you could open your own business for $999? You get a $2,200 value. You don't have to do any of the marketing and advertising. You don't have to do any of the research and development. You don't have to do any of the shipping and receiving. You don't have any employees. They give you a 1099 at the end of the year. Like, you have 350 people at corporate office doing all your back office stuff. Like, how amazing is that? I'm like, this is the most phenomenal form of business that you could think of. You guys, we get paid out 9 different ways. This compensation plan is very, very, very lucrative. And what I love about it is that you can build this business any way you want. This is an end company. So if you want to go gather customers, awesome. If you want to create a leveraged legacy income for your family, then we're going to share the whole story. That's what's important to me because I'm not going to make decisions for other people, but that's where you create a legacy income is sharing the whole story. Most people, what I think it's like 95% of people that join these companies do it wrong. And that's why they don't have success because they're just one level of a bunch of customers because they're just out there selling products to friends and family. This is about stacking leader upon leader upon leader upon leader, empowering people to become the best version of themselves, believing in people until they believe in themselves, right? This is about lifting people up and giving them a hand up instead of a hand out because everybody can do this. And that's what I love too, is it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter your education level. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. None of that matters. It matters if you have a servant heart, if you're willing to go help other people, if you have a work ethic, right? If you have dreams and goals, that's what matters. And that's what I love. So I just want to thank you again for spending time with us tonight. And I want you to reach out. We're going to have, it sounded like what Julie said, we're going to have a little Q&A at the end of this. But I also want you guys to reach out to the person that invited you tonight and make sure that you get all your questions answered because it's really important. Make sure that you have all your questions before you make a decision. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Candi. That was just fantastic. We really appreciate all that you shared with us tonight. And we are excited to have a little Q&A time. So I'm going to go ahead and just stop the recording.